Want to get Matt Bellamy's plug-in baby sound? But don't have $300+ to spend on a ZVEX Fuzz Factory? Hey guys, it's Michael and welcome to a new series on the channel I'm calling Chasing That Tone. So the basic idea is pretty self-explanatory. We're going to listen to some classic rock tones throughout the years and see how we can emulate them. And for starters, we're going to start with Matt Bellamy's iconic plug-in baby octave fuzz sound. So Matt Bellamy gets that sound with a ZVEX Fuzz Factory, the octave fuzz pedal that has a built-in oscillator that creates crazy feedback sounds that he loves to experiment with on stage and in the studio. Due to its association with Bellamy, Fuzz Factory now goes for stupid money on the used market. So now let me show you how to get the plug-in baby sound with whatever guitars or pedals you might have on hand right now. I found out a while ago there are a couple of easy ways to get that sound without needing to go out and buy a Fuzz Factory. The first one is pretty easy to do if you have a guitar with 2 pickups and at least 1 tone knob. I promise I'm going to do this in my review of my Ibanez Rocket Roll here, but you just set the guitar to the middle position, which is both pickups, and turn the tone knob all the way down to 0. And it gives you a tone like this. So the 2 pickup 0 tone method is the easiest way to get that tone. And all you need to go with it is just a good high gain setting on your amplifier. You can do it on pretty much any guitar that has 2 pickups and at least 1 tone knob. Like say my Hamer Vector Flying V here. And even my Squier Affinity Jazzmaster here that has the Jazzmaster style pickups. They may not be humbuckers like the Vector or the Rocket Roll, but here's how these pickups sound with the tone all the way off. Now let's say you got a guitar with 2 pickups and 2 tone knobs, 1 for each pickup. If that's the case, it's going to take some trial and error dialing in both tone knobs to see what sounds best to your ears. And of course, remember, different pickups are going to have different sounds. For example, my Gibson Firebird here has mini humbuckers which have a brighter overall sound. Whereas my Les Paul has 2 full-size humbuckers along with the 2 tones. On my Les Paul, I discovered that the bridge tone dialed at 0 and the neck tone all the way up at 10 was actually pretty close. But again, it all comes down to what your ears are telling you, so pay attention to your ears when you're dialing in your tone knobs. Now for a trigger scenario, let's say you have a guitar that doesn't have any tone knobs. Or worst case scenario, 1 pickup and 1 volume knob, no tone knobs at all. That's the dilemma facing my Kramer Beretta Special here. So I decided to turn to a few pedals. As we established at the beginning of the video, the Fuzz Factory is an octave fuzz pedal. So you need a good octave effect and a good fuzz effect, whether they're a couple of pedals or a couple of plugins for your recording program. I use the fuzz effect built into my Morley Cliff Burton Power Wah fuzz and the TC Electronics subbing up with these settings. I didn't quite get there, but I say it's pretty passable if you listen carefully. finally, one last way to get that sound is with just a normal wah pedal. Now, it doesn't have to be a miniature wah like my mini Dunlop bass crybaby here, but the key is to just find the sweet spot as you sweep through the wah's whole range like this. In my testing, I found it was right about here, maybe a little further forward, maybe a little further back, but again, this will all depend on the guitar and the amp settings you're using. Here's my example to give you an idea. So I hope you guys liked the video, or at least found it entertaining. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you'll know when the next video goes up. And until next time, rock on. Bye for now. So the basic idea of this series is I'm going to show you some famous... So the basic idea... So Matt gets that sound as a result of Bellamy's use. So the 2 pickup 0 tone that has 2 pickups and at least 1 volume knob. Like, not even humbuckers like the V or the Vector. Like the Vector. Not even humbuckers like the Vector, or... Whereas a Les Paul obviously has 2... Whereas my Les Paul here... Come on, big boy. And finally, one last way to get the tone... And finally, one last way to get the plug-in baby sound is with a so-called... Is with just a normal wah pedal.